Hi guys, so I'm gonna do my what's on my bookshelf, and I really like to read, so I have a lot of books and magazines. So I'm not gonna be sitting on my bed today. I'm just gonna be like pulling things down from my shelf. I have a bunch of baby pictures up here, so I'll move these. Okay, so generally I have my books in alphabetical order by author because I find it easier. I don't know why I'm kind of OCD about that, but yeah, so okay, so let's start. I have The Peach Keeper by Sarah Addison Allen. Sorry for the glare. It's about this woman from a southern family, and she, yeah. Actually, I don't really remember what this is about, all except for it's about this woman named Willa Jackson from a southern family, and she lives in this like mansion or something like that. I haven't read this in a long time, but it's called The Peach Keeper by Sarah Addison Allen. There we go. I'm gonna have two books by Laurie Halse Anderson. I have Speak, which is a book about this girl who, at the beginning of the book, at the beginning of the book, she starts out going to high school, and the summer before, she is raped by this guy at a senior party, and then she doesn't tell anyone, and it starts getting to her, and she stops talking. And the book is all journal entries, I can show you. They're all journal entries, and at the end of every chapter or section, it gives her report card and shows how she's doing and everything in school. And then this one is also by Laurie Halse Anderson, and it's called Fever 1793, and it's about this girl who lives with her mother, and her mother's a widow, and she lives with her grandfather, and she doesn't like doing chores. And then the yellow fever, I think it is. Yeah, yellow fever breaks out, and it turns her world basically upside down, and her mother gets it, and she has to leave the city with her grandfather, and she has to learn how to survive and everything. But that's those two books. Then I have Go Ask Alice by Anonymous, and I really like this book. It's all diary entries about this girl, and you never really know the girl's name, but she starts this journal, and she talks about her friends and her life and everything, and she talks about how she starts getting into drugs and how it all started and everything, and it's and she ends up dying in the very end. But yeah, she in the very in the very last journal entry, she talks about how she's grounded, and then she ends up killing herself. But yeah, that's a really good book. I really like this book. Let's see. I this book, The Girls in Pants. This is the third book by Anne Brashares. I've read this book a bunch of times, but I haven't read it in a long time. So, like, it's all about these 4 girls who are best friends, and they have this pair of pants that have, like, stuff written all over them, and they're all, like, really, like, used, like, worn out and used, and, like, they share them and everything. And this is when they're getting ready to go off to college. So, this book is. Then I have this book. It's Deception Point by Dan Brown. I haven't read this one, but I got this from a friend when we did our Secret Santa thing in school, and she got me this book. This book is huge. Like, that's really thick. There's like 736 pages. But I guess it's about a NASA satellite and something to do with like the Arctic, and I guess like something bad happens or something like that. I don't know. I haven't read this one, so she gave it to me last year, so but I still haven't gotten to it because I read most of my books on my Kindle, so yeah. Then I have Untamed by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. This is part of a series about these like kids who turn into vampires, and they go to this special school and everything, and like it's all about their adventures at their like vampire academy thing. So yeah, there's that one. I think there's like 7 books or whatever in this series. They've made a bunch. This is the 4th one, but in the back it only goes up to book 4. So yeah, but I think they have 7 out now. Then I have this book called Shelter by Harlan Coben. I haven't read this one. Yeah, I haven't read this one yet. But I don't really remember what it was about. I bought it online before I got my Kindle, and by reading the front thing, it's about this kid whose father died and his mom is in rehab, and he has to live with his uncle and switch schools or something like that. And I don't really know what else. All I remember was I thought it was really good when I went to buy it. So yeah, but I haven't had a chance to read that one yet. This one's kind of like a kid book, like a younger kid book. It's Gregor and the Marks of Secret by Suzanne Collins, and it's book 4 in the Underland Chronicles. This one is pretty good. It's about this kid who, this kid and his sister discovered that if they go through, like their laundry room or something, a hole through their laundry room, then they can go down to, like, this world that's underground, and they have to, and in this one, there are mice that are disappearing, and the queen, they save her life, and this kid rides on a bat. I think that's pretty cool. But, yeah, I read the other books because I got them from the library, and, yeah, it was pretty good. Okay, then we have Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen, and I like Sarah Dessen books, but I only got, halfway through this one, because I started it, and, for SSR in school, and then I forgot my book a couple times, so I just ended up reading on my Kindle, and then I never really finished it. So yeah, it's about this girl who has to live with her older sister because her mom just like leaves. I'm gonna like skip around. I'm just gonna like start reading off the titles and the author. But this one is Magic Under Glass by Jacqueline Dalmore. Yeah. But there's that one. She's like she like falls in love or something like that. Then I have these two books, Vampire Beach 1 and 2 by Alex Duvall. But yeah, there's those. I haven't read either of these. My sister read them, so they're really good, but she's into the whole vampire thing, so. Okay, then I have Lost on a Mountain in Maine by Dawn Fendler. And I got this book in 4th grade, and he signed it. Yeah. We did like a whole unit in 4th grade about him, about like Mount Katahdin or something, so. Of Sound Mind by Gene Ferris, or Sean, however you want to say it. That's how it's spelled if you want to see it. It's about this kid who's like, whole family is deaf, and he knows how to sign, and he meets this girl who knows how to sign, and they become friends. Damaged by Kathy Glass. It's a true story about this little girl named Jody who is a foster child, and it's all about their struggles with her. Then I have The Garden of Eve by L.K. Going. Or, sorry, K.L. Going. Sorry. And it's about this girl who moves and like becomes friends with this little ghost boy. And I have Marley by John Grogan. This book made me cry. I got to the very end and I started bawling my eyes out. Same with the movie. Then I have Found, which is book 1 of the Missing series by Margaret Peterson Haddix. It's pretty good. It's about these kids who are like lost in time or something like that. There are like 4 or 5 books in the series. Dark Summer by Iris Johansen. I only read part of this book in like 8th grade, so I don't really remember it, but it does have a lot of choice language in there. Just warning everyone, if you'd like to read that. Sorry, someone fell down the stairs or something. Wow. They're walking really loud downstairs. Okay. I'm going kind of out of order. Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle. I don't know how you spell it, but yeah. Has a Newbery medal. It's a classic, so probably know what it is. You could probably just like Google it and figure out what it is, or like find out what it's about. And I have Gifted, Out of Sight, Out of Mind by Marilyn Kay. Sorry, I'm blocking the author's name. Yeah, it's about this girl who ends up like switching bodies with this other girl who's not popular, and she doesn't even know that she has these like powers. So, and I have The Unscratchables by Cornelius Kane. It's about dogs and cats, and they're part of like the FBI or something like that. They're on the FBI, but in this book it's the Feline Bureau of Investigation, and they solve crimes. yeah. Let's see. Trying to get through this as fast as I can. I only have a few more books left, so. And I have Deception by Lee Nichols. This one is about a girl whose parents leave on a business trip and they don't come back. And then she finds that the perfect excuse to be rebellious, and she throws some parties, and she gets a tattoo and piercings, and then her best friend stopped talking to her, and the cops crash her party, and then, like, her cousin has to take care of her, and he's only, like, in college, and then she has to live in New England, and she has to enroll at a new school, and she, like, yeah, she ended up, like, talking to ghosts and everything. And then The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. And I haven't read this one yet, but I got this at my local thrift store for like 50 cents. I haven't read this one yet, but I've heard about it, and like everyone talked about it in school when we were younger. So yeah, I bet you've probably already read it, so I'm not gonna explain that one. If you haven't, then just look it up online. Like, you can look up a summary or something. Then I just have The Complete Idiot's Guide to Pugs. And I got this when we first got my pug because we didn't know how to train her. Then I have two James Patterson books. I have Witch and Wizard, The Gift by James Patterson and Ned Russ. This one's about these two kids. I think they're twins, a boy and a girl, and they're considered wanted criminals. And yeah, and they go on all these adventures. And James Patterson 10th anniversary. This one is really good. It's part of the Women's Murder Club, and it says on the front, it says, it's Lindsay Boxer's wedding day, and the Women's Murder Club races to save a missing baby. Yeah. I really like James Patterson books because they're really suspenseful, and I just really like that. I like mystery books. And there are 3 more books on the shelf. I have The Help by Kathryn Stockett. I actually got this 2 years ago as like an award at school, because we do these like academic awards. Yeah, I got this from my French teacher. I started reading it, I read like 2 pages, and then I kind of got bored with it, but part of it was because I had other books that I was supposed to read, and I can't read more than 1 book at a time, so, but yeah. Most of you have probably already like read it or like know what it's about, so yeah, but there's that one. And then I have Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. It's a classic, so you probably already know like what that's about. This is my really like beat up copy. Copy. Then Through the Hidden Door by Rosemary Wells. It's this kid in boarding school who, like, his friends want to kill him, like, but they're his former friends now, and the headmaster of his school wants him gone, and he finds this little secretive kid who takes him to this hidden cave, like, by their school, and they, like, find these artifacts that have been untouched for centuries, and, yeah, and there's some adventure in there, kind of. Okay, I only have 4 more books to go. Okay, these 2 books I bought over the summer because I had to read 2 nonfiction books for my AP Lang class, and I had to like do a journal about each of them. But so first I have Picking Cotton, which is Our Memoir of Injustice and Redemption by Jennifer Thompson Canino, Ronald Cotton, and Aaron Tornio. And it's about, here I'll show you the back too. It's about these 2 people. This is Ronald Cotton, and this is Jennifer Thompson Canino. They are, and Jennifer ends up getting raped, and she picks the wrong guy out of like the lineup. She picks Ronald, but it ends up not being him, and they don't realize, and like, so he's like in jail for 11 years because she picked the wrong guy. But then she ends up meeting up with him, and then they become great friends, and their kids are friends and everything. And I think it's really cute, but it's a true story. And then The Devil in the White City: Murder, Magic, and Madness at the Fair That Changed America by Erik Larson. I didn't really like this one as much as the first, but it has 2 plot lines. Like, it alternates every chapter between the architects building the Chicago Fair, the World's Fair in Chicago in 1893, and then it will alternate to a serial killer and who's living in Chicago at the time that the World's Fair is being built. And I found the serial killer part really interesting, but the architect part started out as boring, and then it got a little bit more interesting, but other than that, it was kind of boring. But it has a National Book Award. Well, it's a finalist for the National Book Award. And then 2 more books. Then I have Paranormalcy by Kiersten White. This is about this girl, and it's like the paranormals are dying, so there's like mermaids and fairies and shapeshifters, vampires, werewolves, that kind of stuff, but they're dying, and she realizes that there might be a link between all of her abilities and this like sudden death. But yeah. And then 13th Child by Patricia C. Red. And this one is about, this is really weird, but the kid's name is F and Lan, and F is the girl, and she's the 13th child, and which means that she's like really unlucky to her family, and she brings a lot of bad luck. And her twin Lan is the 7th son of a 7th son, so that means she's supposed to have amazing talent, and she's supposed to bring and F is supposed to bring doom to everyone. They move out to the frontier, where her father is a professor of magic, and yeah, and they face a lot of challenges, and they have a lot of adventures, and yeah, and that's it. And then I just have my yearbooks and my magazines. I'm subscribed to Lucky and Teen Vogue, and I have like almost all. I have a lot of the issues. For Lucky, I started getting it in March of 2012, and I have up until February 2014. I haven't gotten the March one yet. Sorry, I thought someone was coming. For Teen Vogue, I have the December-January edition for 2010 up until March 2014, because I just got that one in the mail 2 days ago. So yeah. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.